Aloha everyone. So in this vlog, I'm going to tell you how you can buy a motorcycle for 30, 40, even 50% off at public auction. This is exactly how I bought my Ducati 998, but this works for other brands too, not just Ducatis. First up is Copart. This is where I prefer to buy if possible. In my area, they're just easier to work with. I have the basic membership that's free. That's the one I use, but it does limit you on a few things, so it is worth considering getting the Premier membership. The reg fee for the Premier is $200 for the first year, and then every additional year it's $150 each year. It's totally worth it even if you're just buying one vehicle a year, just because the deals you can get. I'll put up a screenshot of their website so you know what to look for, and also I'll put their website in the description box below this video. I've been buying there for about over 10 years, and it's usually pretty painless. And also I've sold a few vehicles through Copart. That's a nice option to have if you need to get rid of something kind of quick. You could just run it through their auction. They charge a small fee, but it's just really easy to do instead of having buyers come into your house and waste your time or whatever. That's a nice option. I've bought running bikes at Copart over the years for as little as $200. Nothing fancy, but if you need wheels and you need something cheap, it's definitely a viable option. My Ducati, the one you see right here, I actually bought this for about half of retail cost, but it did need some repairs. So I'm going to roll clips at the end of this video, and then you can see what I started with. And then I'll roll the pictures on what it looks like, you know, obviously now, and you can see it there in the background. Then next up, there's the two main auctions that I deal with, and these are all over the country. So, and they even have some in Europe too. Next up is Insurance Auto Auction, otherwise known as IAA. That's what everyone calls it, is IAA. No one really calls it Insurance Auto Auctions. But IAA, I buy here much less because it always seems to be some kind of headache. I don't know why. That's just been my experience, so you may have a different experience. So don't write them off just based on my experience. Try it out, go talk to them, see how things are at in their yards, because it could be just the one that I'm dealing with. Their membership is $200 a year. That's every year, but again, even if you're buying only one or two vehicles a year, it's totally worth it. I'll put up a screenshot of their website here so you know what to look for, and I'll also list their website in the description box below this video, and then you can take your time and go check it out there. When I tried to sell a vehicle here, they had rules that made it much harder for the seller, so it would be for me, to put a vehicle in their auction. So it didn't make sense. I just took the vehicle a couple blocks down to the Copart yard, and it sold like no problems. Just like no headaches, just dealing with Copart. So that if I need to sell a vehicle, I don't even bother going to IAA. I just take it straight to Copart. A couple things to consider when buying at these auctions, and this is very important. They sell salvage title and also clean title vehicles. There's a huge difference in the two. They make it very clear what they're selling, and you need to be clear on what you're bidding on. Okay, a salvage title vehicle is always going to be worth less than a clean title vehicle. So do not overbid. I see this a lot. Do not overbid. Number two, whenever possible, go and do a visual inspection on the vehicle you're bidding on. The pictures listed on their website, they can be several months old, and just things happen over the course of sitting in a lot with hundreds of people walking by a vehicle or a motorcycle or whatever. So it's always good practice to view the item you're bidding on right before the day of auction. That's something that I always do. I don't buy anything without my eyes physically being on it, not just on a website. So, and it's served me pretty well over the years. I walked away from some nightmares where I was so excited about seeing it on the website, and when I got there, it was completely different. So try not to make that mistake. That actually gets a lot of people too. Let's see, number three. Always know the retail value of something before you place the bid. I see this happen to many people who get caught up in the moment, and they end up bidding up an item either to retail or even past its retail value. That defeats the purpose of buying at auction, so I don't know why you would do that. Again, be very careful with that. some people get carried away. Don't get carried away. These auctions usually have bikes that are 10 years old and newer. It's kind of rare to get something that's like 15 or 20 years old. It's possible, but it's not very common, at least in my area. Your area may be different. And I've seen bikes that have had as little as 10 miles on them. So basically the bike was in an accident pretty much leaving the dealership. I've seen that multiple times over the years, so it's more common than you think. I think people get excited when they're leaving with their brand new bike and then something happens, you know, like an accident or something. Not all bikes are damaged at these auctions. Some are charity donations. Some are also repossessions. That's a little bit less common, the repossession thing. But I have seen some there that are repossessions, and actually in the coming months they may be picking up even more repossessions just because of what's going on with the economy. So it may be a good buying opportunity for you. Those two, the charity and the insurance bikes, those are far less common than the insurance bikes that have some damage to them. And obviously you got to be careful what you're buying when you're buying a damaged bike. You don't want something that's already totaled, so you need to have a little bit of background on repairs and all that stuff. Okay, I'll post questions below and I'll try to answer them the best I can if I can help you out. If you found this helpful, send it to somebody who might benefit from it. Aloha and happy bidding. Got it running.